the motion. Very important chapter. 90% possibility যে তোমরা first যে কোশ্চেনটা পরীক্ষার হলে দেখবা, that is from motion in physics creative. Okay, so we will start with at first let me give a little bit idea about the scalar and vector quantity. Okay, scalar quantities are those quantity which can be fully expressed by magnitude only. যেমন length, temperature, time, only magnitude is enough. Nobody will ask you about any direction. Vector quantity are those which you need to mention the direction also along with the magnitude. Like for velocity, if I ask you that what is the velocity of this object, you will answer me, sir, this is 5 meter per second, the velocity. Then I will ask you in which direction the velocity is, or in which direction the body is moving. There is a question of direction, right? So that is why this is a vector quantity. Okay, likewise acceleration, force, direction কোন দিকে তুমি ফোর্স অ্যাপ্লাই করতেছো, so this all are vector quantity. আচ্ছা, after this scalar and vector quantity, I guess definition of speed and acceleration, all these things you know, right? Okay, acceleration টা আমার মনে হয় যে একটু এক্সপ্লেইন করা দরকার, কারণ অনেকে আসলে একটু ইয়ে করে ফেলে, মিক্স করে ফেলে। acceleration টা কি? the rate of change of velocity. সব সময় নিজেকে কোশ্চেন করবা, is the velocity of the body changing? If the answer is no, the body's velocity is not changing, same velocity তে যাচ্ছে, the velocity is not increasing nor decreasing, then you will say that it does not have any acceleration, because change of velocity has to be there to get an acceleration. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. If there is no change of velocity, then there is no acceleration. Okay, now but if the velocity is changing, then it is acceleration, then there is acceleration. If it is increasing, when I will say that there is a change in velocity, you will ask me one question, that is, sir, whether the velocity is increasing or decreasing, because both means change, right? So when it is increasing, the acceleration will be positive, and when the velocity is decreasing, the acceleration will be negative. Okay, and the negative acceleration is also known as deceleration or retardation. Okay, now comes the four equations of motion. Equations of motion. I showed you the derivation of all these four equations of motion, but for exam, the derivation memorizing is not necessary. Okay, all you need to know is the application of this formula to solve a numerical problem. Okay, whenever you see a creative, you are going to solve it, you have to know that which equation you need to use here. Okay, that is what is needed for the exam, not the derivation. No memorization is required. So the four equation of motions are v equal to u plus at, s equal to u plus v divided by 2 into t, s is equal to ut plus half at square, and v square is equal to u square plus 2as. These are the four equations of motion. We will use it very much. Okay, now we must know which one represents what. So I will write it here. U represents the initial velocity. Initial velocity. About this initial velocity, what we need to know is, if in the question it is mentioned that starting from rest, the body attains a certain velocity, initial velocity is given. Many times you will not see a particular value. Like for final velocity, they will tell you the final velocity is 5 meter per second. So for initial velocity also, you will look for a numeric, a number you will look for, but actually no number will be given. But still you can understand the value of initial velocity. How? Because starting from rest means it was at rest, it was not having any velocity, so the initial velocity is 0. Remember this one. Whenever they will say that the starting from rest, you will consider that the initial velocity is 0. Then v, it is the final velocity. About final velocity also, if sometimes they tell you that how much distance the body will cover before it stops, so you will feel that, okay, I have been asked to find out the distance, I need the final velocity, but final velocity is not given. If you notice carefully, the final velocity is given before the body stops. When the body stops, the velocity is 0, so the final velocity is 0. Okay, very careful. Then A, that is the acceleration. Okay, acceleration. The equation for acceleration. If you are asked to calculate the acceleration, you can use this formula: v minus u divided by t. Change of velocity. Now divided by time means the rate of change of velocity with respect to time. This is acceleration. This one we can write it from here actually. V equal to u plus at. So a যদি এখান থেকে বের করতে চাও u কে এদিকে নিয়ে t টাকে ডিভাইড করে দিলে you get it. Okay, then s is the covered distance. Covered distance. Okay, then t is the time. Okay, so I think no other terminologies are there. I have represented all of them. Okay, clear? Now there is a special equation that I always tell you to remember and keep it in your mind. These all equations are for when there is acceleration. When there is acceleration, okay? Now, if there is no acceleration or the velocity is constant, do you remember which equation I told you to use? I am hoping that one of you at least remember. Sadia, kichu boltecho?
S equal to Vt.
Very good. This is the special equation. When there is no acceleration, acceleration is zero, or I can say that no force is acting on the body. And যদি কোনো force act না করে তাহলে velocity change হবে না according to the Newton's first law of motion, right? আচ্ছা, তো আর যদি অথবা এরকম বলে যে the for this 5 second the body is having a constant velocity. Constant velocity মানে কি? Constant means not changing. Velocity, constant velocity means velocity is not changing. তো যখনই এরকম বুঝবা অথবা ইউনিফর্ম ভেলোসিটি বলবে, ইউনিফর্ম স্পিড বলবে, this means there is no acceleration, the velocity is not changing. That place for sure you will have to use this formula s equal to vt. And if you remember, just remember this information that whenever there is uniform velocity you have to use this equation. If you just keep this information in your mind, this will solve many of your mathematical problems. অনেক প্রবলেমে গিয়ে তোমরা আটকে যাবা, মনে হবে এখানে এটার ভ্যালু দেয়া না ওটার ভ্যালু দেয়া নাই, দেখবা যে এই যে ওই পার্টটার জন্য যখন এটা অ্যাপ্লাই করবা না দেখবা অনেক প্রবলেম সলভ হয়ে গেছে, ইজি হয়ে গেছে। I'm saying it from my personal experience. ওকে, আচ্ছা, তো এই চারটা ইকুয়েশন যখন এক্সিলারেশন থাকবে সেই পার্টের জন্য, ঠিক আছে? এমন তোমাদের কোশ্চেন দেয়া থাকবে যে একটা বডি সামনে দিকে যাচ্ছে, for first 10 seconds it was having acceleration, then for the next 5 seconds the velocity was constant, then again the velocity was decreasing. তো আমরা দেখতেছি যে জার্নির তিনটা পার্ট আছে, একটা হচ্ছে যখন ভেলোসিটি ইনক্রিজ হচ্ছিল এক্সিলারেশন, আরেকটা যখন ভেলোসিটি ইনক্রিজ হচ্ছিল না কনস্ট্যান্ট ভেলোসিটি, আবার যখন ভেলোসিটি ডিক্রিজ হচ্ছিল। তো তাহলে এই তিনটা পার্টের মধ্যে ফার্স্ট এন্ড লাস্ট পার্ট, এটার জন্য আমরা এই চারটি ইকুয়েশন ইউজ করতে পারবো because there is acceleration, but for the middle part we will use this equation only. Clear? Okay, now I will talk about the most important thing of this chapter, that is the graph. Oh acha, falling body আছে না, falling body টা একটু দেখাইতে হবে। অ্যাকচুয়ালি ফলিং বডির জন্য এই ইকুয়েশন গুলোকে আমরা রিরাইট করতে পারি। দেখো, একটু আগে আমরা দেখছিলাম v = u + at, ফলিং বডিজ এর জন্য ইকুয়েশন গুলো কেমন হয়ে যাবে? v হয়ে যাবে u + gt। কি বললাম? v u + at এর জায়গায় এটা হয়ে যাবে v u + gt। কেন gt? because whenever a body is falling or going in the upward direction, only one acceleration will be acting upon it. What is that acceleration? The acceleration due to gravity. Okay, that is g. When the body is falling down, the velocity increases. That is why the value of g will be +9.8. But when the body is thrown in the upward direction, as the body moves in the upward direction, we know that the body is losing velocity. এবং body velocity কমতে কমতে there will be a certain point when the velocity will become zero and the body will not go anymore in the upward direction. That is the highest point, right? So we know that as the body is going in the upward direction and the velocity is decreasing, for a body that is thrown in the upward direction, for him the velocity is decreasing, so the g will be negative. Okay, for that g will be -9.8. Okay, please remember this thing. So this is the first equation. The second equation will be actually same, u plus v divided by 2 into t. Oh, s, they replace s by h. Now there might be a misconception regarding this h. Okay, whenever I say h, students think that h is the height, but here actually h is not the height, h is the covered distance. See, if a body initially is at this point and I allowed it to fall freely. So now it is falling and it has come down at this point. Okay. So if I ask you that which one represents h, many times I saw the students showing me that the distance or the height from the ground is h. No, this equation h shows the distance covered. The body was here, now the body is here. What is the distance between these 2 points? That is the covered distance h. Okay, not this one. This is the height h used in only one equation. That is when you calculate the potential energy, if you remember, EP is equal to mgh. Here the h represents the height from the ground. In all other equation, in equation of motion, the h represents the covered distance. Please remember this one. Please. Okay. In equation of motion, h represents the covered distance. Actually, I prefer you do not use h in equation of motion. Even though for falling body, you use s. This is my suggestion. So that it is very clear to you that whenever you see s, that represents the covered distance, and whenever you see h, that is for this equation, it represents height from the ground. Okay. So this is the second equation. Third equation, I will keep it as only. Okay, ut plus half at square will become gt square. Okay, and then the last one, b square equal to u square plus 2gs. As will become gs. Okay, now whenever you will say, or the stem or the question will say that the body is falling from rest, that means the body was like this at rest, then I allowed it to fall. So for such case, always the initial velocity is 0. Okay, so in this equation you can replace the value of u as 0. So it will be v equal to gt. Here also u will be 0, so s equal to v by 2 into t it will be. And here also, if u is 0, then this whole part will become 0, and s will be equal to half gt square. You know, right? Here also the initial velocity you will replace 0, v square will be equal to 2gs. This is for the case when the initial velocity is 0, or the question will say that the body is falling from the rest. Acha. Now there were some equation for maximum height, if you remember, that if I throw a body in the upward direction, what is the maximum height that it will cover? That is h max. The equation was u square by 2g. U is the initial velocity. If you know the initial velocity, you know the value of g, then you can calculate what height it will cover in the upward direction. And there was time to reach the maximum height. Okay, এখান থেকে maximum height এ যেতে কত time লাগবে? That time is equal to u divided by g. Okay, now একটা body উপরের দিকে উঠতে যে time নেবে, আবার উপর থেকে নিচে আসতেও ঠিক same time নেবে। তাইলে if I ask you what is the time of flight, what is the time of flight? বডিটা উপরে গিয়ে আবার মাটিতে আসতে টোটাল যে টাইম লাগে সেটা হচ্ছে টাইম অফ ফ্লাইট। তো উপরে উঠতে যদি u বাই g লাগে, নিচে নামতে আরো u বাই g লাগে, তাহলে টোটাল টাইম অফ ফ্লাইট কি হবে দেখি বলো তো? উপরে উঠতে u বাই g প্লাস আবার নিচে নামতে u বাই g। তো এই টোটাল টাইমটা হচ্ছে টাইম অফ ফ্লাইট, দ্যাট উইল বি 2u বাই g। Okay, so these are another 3 important equation for maximum height, for the time required to reach the maximum height, and the time of flight, that is represented by capital G. Remember. Acha. Now the graphs. Two types of graph you will see in the exam. Okay, the first one is distance versus time graph. Distance versus time graph. Now, if it is a straight line, then it represents a constant velocity. Okay, And if it is a curve, then it is non-constant, or we can say uniform velocity. It will be non-uniform velocity. As the velocity is constant, here the acceleration will be 0. But here, acceleration will not be equal to 0. That means it will have a value. Acceleration is a value type. Now this graph, out of these two graphs that I said, distance versus time graph and velocity versus time graph, out of these two graphs, this one is less likely to come. Okay, less likely. More likely is the velocity versus time graph. We need to spend more time on that. Okay, so let us see. Oh, so one more important thing that I forgot to tell you. I already showed you how to calculate the slope, right? On slope, I took a class also after your class test, right? So, slope from distance versus time graph. If you calculate the slope, must remember it will give you the value of velocity. Okay? Now we will see for velocity versus time graph. Now, velocity versus time graph, let us say I have a graph like this. What does it tell you? Nazmul, can you tell me what is happening in the OA part? The velocity is increasing, decreasing, or constant?
The velocity is increasing. No. It is constant, and also it is no. It is constant. Constant, sir.
Acha, Fatima.
So velocity is increasing.
Very good. The velocity is increasing. Clearly, we can see the velocity is increasing. Nazmul got confused with the distance versus time graph. In the distance versus time graph, I showed that if the line is going up as a straight line, then it is constant velocity. This is not distance versus time graph anymore. It is velocity versus time graph. See, time, when time was 1 second, the velocity, let us say it was 5. Now, the time is 2 seconds, the velocity has become 10, sorry. So as the time is increasing, the velocity is also increasing. This line represents the value of velocity. So the velocity is increasing, correct or not? So up to this point, the velocity is increasing. So for this part,
The
you can apply
velocity
those
is
four
the
equation of motion, okay? For AB part, you can see the velocity is not increasing, not decreasing. It is same, okay? At this
constant.
point, the velocity will have a certain value. At this point, if you come, you will see the same value is there. So that means the time is approaching, but the velocity is remaining same. So constant velocity. For this part, I will be applying that famous equation S equal to Vt. And then you will see that the velocity is decreasing here. Okay, at this point the velocity is having this value, but at this point you will see the velocity has decreased. What is the final velocity? Can anybody tell me?
0.
Very good. What is the initial velocity?
0.
Very good. That is also 0. As the line started from the origin, definitely when time is equal to 0, the velocity is also equal to 0. Initial velocity is 0. And as the line has ended on x-axis, so we can say that the final velocity is also 0. But what if the graph is a little bit different? What if the graph is like this? That means when the time is 0, velocity is not 0. See, at t is equal to 0, velocity is 5 meter per second. So the initial velocity, if the graph is given like this, the initial velocity you have to take as 5 meter per second. And here the final velocity will still be 0 because it has met the x-axis. Okay. So you have to know to read the graph actually. Okay. Now, from this graph, the most common type of question that is asked to calculate the distance. To calculate the distance. Now, as you know, for this part, to calculate the distance, we will be using those four equations of motion. S equal to ut plus half it square, S equal to u plus v by 2 into t, v square equal to u square plus 2as. These four equations we can use for this part and the next part because there is acceleration. And to calculate the distance in this part, I can just simply put x equal to vt. Okay. Now this is a way using the equation of motion to calculate the distance, right? Okay. Now I want to show you another way. I want to show you another way through which actually we can calculate the distance. Let us say you are not good with the equations, okay? You don't know how to put the equation and how to put the values and find out the distance. There is another way that you can use to find out the distance from velocity versus time graph. Remember, I'm saying velocity versus time graph only. On this graph, this can be applied. If you want to calculate the distance, you can calculate the area under the curve. See, there is an area. Can you see this area? This is an area under this curve, right? If you can calculate the area of this, you will be able to calculate the distance. Now, how can we calculate this area? We can make it actually much simpler. How? এই যে এখানে যে শেপটা দেখা যাচ্ছে এরকম কোন শেপের ফর্মুলা আসলে আমরা জানি না, তাই না? এরকম কোন শেপের এরিয়া বের করার ফর্মুলা আমরা জানি না। তো তাইলে সেই ক্ষেত্রে আমরা কি করতে পারি? আমরা ফুল এরিয়াটাকে কিছু ছোট ছোট এরিয়াতে ডিভাইড করব এবং সেই এরিয়াগুলা এমন হবে যে ওই শেপের এরিয়া আমরা বের করতে জানি। ঠিক আছে? কিরকম আমি একদমই দেখাচ্ছি। এই যে মাঝখানে যে এরিয়া আছে, প্রথমেই আমি কি করতে পারি? দেখো তো, এইখান থেকে আমি একটা লাইন টেনে দিতে পারি, এখান থেকে আমি একটা লাইন টেনে দিতে পারি, কারেক্ট? তাহলে দেখো তো এখানে একটা ট্রায়াঙ্গেল মতো ক্রিয়েট হয়েছে না? এখন ট্রায়াঙ্গেলের এরিয়া তো তুমি বের করতেই পারো, হাফ ইনটু বেস ইনটু হাইট। এখানে বেস কত? বেস হচ্ছে এই লেংথ, এটা তুমি জানবা, গ্রাফ পেপার যেহেতু এখানে এই ভ্যালুটা বুঝবা। এন্ড হাইট হচ্ছে এটা, ওকে? হাফ ইনটু বেস ইনটু হাইট, তুমি এই এরিয়াটা বের করে ফেললা। দেন এটা হচ্ছে একটা রেক্ট্যাঙ্গেলের মতো। রেক্ট্যাঙ্গেলের এটা কি? লেংথ, এটা ব্রেডথ এটা। তো লেংথ কিন্তু আচ্ছা আমি ক্লাস শেষ করে দিই। তো লেংথ ইনটু ব্রেডথ এটা করলে তুমি কি করবা? এখানের এরিয়াটা বের হয়ে যাবে। এখন ঝামেলা আবার লাগে হচ্ছে এটা নিয়ে, তাই না? এটা আবার কি শেপ হইলো? তুমি এই এরিয়াটাকেও চাইলে কিন্তু দুইটা এরিয়াতে ভেঙে নিতে পারো। দেখো তো, এটা এখন একটা ট্রায়াঙ্গেল হয়ে গেছে, এটা একটা রেক্ট্যাঙ্গেল হয়ে গেছে। তো এটাকে এটার এরিয়া তোমরা এই যে লেংথ ইনটু ব্রেডথ এটা করে বের করতে পারো, আর এটা হাফ ইনটু বেস ইনটু হাইট এটা করে বের করে নিতে পারো। তো সবগুলা এরিয়া বের করে তুমি যখন অ্যাড করে দিবা, you can say that that is the covered distance. So this is another easy way if you want to calculate the distance, okay? So the last thing that I want to say here, from velocity versus time graph, if you calculate the slope, I hope you know or remember, you can go through your notes, okay? How to calculate the slope? The formula I showed you, that is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. If you calculate the slope from this graph, that will give you the value of acceleration. That will give you the value of acceleration. Is it clear? So that is the chapter motion in a nutshell, okay? So please try to revise the note that I gave in the class, okay? And try to solve the creatives and let me know your doubts beforehand, okay? Please remember, okay? See you in the next class, inshallah. Or Maida, তোমাদের ক্লাস আসলে আমি একটু পরে শুরু করব, 11:50 থেকে শুরু করব, ওকে? বিকজ এর মাঝখানে আমি তো নামাজ পড়ে নিব, আবার হচ্ছে ওই যে আয়ান খাওয়াইতে হবে, ওকে? সাইদা বাসায়। ওকে,
ওকে স্যার,
তাহলে দেখা হবে। আসসালামু আলাইকুম ওয়া রাহমাতুল্লাহি ওয়া বারাকাতুহু।